morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday service. Thank you so much for being here this morning. We are going to start our practice seated. And so finding, if needed, a blanket that you can fold and sit up on top of, or a block as well, which is really just a helpful tool if it's difficult to maintain a tall spine from this seated position. And once you find your way to seated, removing any extra flesh from your sit bones so that you can really just ground down. Placing your palms on your knees and dropping your shoulders down away from your ears. Close your eyes and lick your lips and swallow. Releasing your jaw. Releasing any tension in the head, neck, and shoulders, the throat. And begin to feel the spine grow really tall, as if the crown of the head was reaching up towards the cosmos. And softly just tuck the chin towards the chest, nothing dramatic. Enough that we can start to feel maybe a slight lock, which is the throat block, Jalandhara Bandha, in our yoga practice. It really just helps for us to contain and manipulate the prana or life force that we call into our being with each breath. And this morning, we're going to start our practice with some breath retention. And so we'll start off with Samavriti, which is equal breathing. Breathing in for 4 counts. And then just retaining the breath at the top. So holding the breath at the very top of your inhale. And we'll hold for 4 counts. And then exhaling for a count of 4. And then retaining the exhale for 4 counts. And so we'll start here in this simple way. Breathing in for a count of 4. Hold. Exhale for a count of 4. Hold. Breathe in for a count of 4. Hold. Exhale for a count of 4. Hold. Inhale for a count of 4. This time hold for 6. Exhale for a count of 4. Hold for 6. Inhale for a count of 4. Hold for 6. Exhale for a count of 4. Hold for 6. Inhale for a count of 4. Hold for 6. Exhale for a count of 4. Hold for 6. Inhale for a count of 4. This time, if possible, hold for 8. Exhale for a count of 4. If possible, hold for 8. Inhale for a count of 4. Hold for 8. Exhale for a count of 4. Hold for 8. Inhale for a count of 4, last round. Hold for 8. Exhale for a count of 4. Hold for 8. Inhale fully. Exhale slowly. Take a few rounds of breath here, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Just noticing the quality of the breath now. It is believed in our practice that where the mind goes, the energy follows. In the practice of yoga, we've learned that controlling prana, or the breath, the life force that moves through us, we can thus control the mind. And so keeping our awareness fixed on our breath as we move through our practice this morning, allowing your breath to become the metronome for your practice, the living heartbeat of your practice. And let's just start to invite Ujjayi breath into our experience now, which is a deep breath in through the nose. And on the exhale, we constrict the back of the throat, almost as if we were trying to fog up a pane of glass, but with the mouth closed. Creating more of a powerful exhalation, one that will help us to control the heart rate, control the pulse, but also control the prana. The idea is really being able to focus on the space between the breaths, the retention. So taking a few rounds of Ujjayi breath, really considering that Jalandhara Bandha, where we softly tuck the chin to the chest, that will help with your more audible exhale. And with our awareness and our focus fixed gently on this Ujjayi breath, we'll turn to the mat to meet in all fours, tabletop position. Planting the knees underneath the hips and the wrists underneath the shoulders. And let's just move with our breath, with that Ujjayi breath for about 6 rounds, maybe 7 of our cat-cow. Taking the inhale to lift the tailbone upwards, pouring the pelvis forwards, and shifting the gaze towards the wall in front as the shoulders broaden and the heart comes forward. Exhaling, that Ujjayi exhale, pressing the mat away with the palms and the knees as we tuck the tail and bring the chin to the chest. Inhale and move slowly, breathing as deeply as you can and allowing your whole posture to really take time to arrive into. There's no rush. As we exhale, begin to round the spine, slowly pressing the mat away from the body, feeling that Ujjayi exhale. Another 5 rounds with your own breath at your own pace, breathing in to open the heart, finding that lift for the tailbone, and breathing out to press the mat away from the body. Noticing what it feels like to breathe here as you invite a fullness of breath, but also a fullness of awareness. Last 3 rounds of your cat-cow transition. When you've finished your final round, we'll meet in a downward dog shape. And so you'll tuck the toes and send the hips back towards the heels. And then from here, you might just walk the hands about 1 hand length forward. That should be about the right measurement to then go ahead and lift the knees and make your way into your first downward dog shape, bending into one knee and then the other, and just taking your time here to create some space in the body. Not once losing your ujjayi breath. That is really your biggest effort for this morning's practice. Can you stay with the breath? Can you fix your awareness on the breath? Deepening your inhales and lengthening your exhales. In and out through the nose. And as you're ready on your next breath, and looking forward and beginning to walk the feet to meet the hands at the very top of your mat. And then softening your knees enough to bring your belly to your thighs, grabbing for opposite elbows and allowing your head, neck, and shoulders to hang heavy here over strong supported legs. Keeping your ujjayi breath and your awareness fixed on the breath, noticing all of the sensations that are available here. On our next breath in, let's take the hands behind us, interlacing the fingers, and then seeing what we can do to lift the knuckles up towards the sky. Maybe forwards as we fold. Deepening the breath in and lengthening the breath out. Nodding the head, yes and no. And very slowly, as you're ready, rooting into the heels, beginning to draw the body all the way up to standing, using straight arms to do so. And as you arrive, shoulders up, back, and down. Use the arms to really lift the heart forward. And then release the palms. Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, arms rise, lift your gaze to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, belly to thighs. On your inhale, hands to shins, press the heart forward, straight spine, gaze down. Exhale, fold, plant your hands and step back to plank pose. Now we're gonna take a little bit of a different vinyasa this morning. Let's bring the knees down. And for those of you that are familiar with Ashtanga Namaskar, knees, chest, chin, that's where we'll be headed this morning. So from here with knees down in your plank, I want you to think about your cow pose, where we lifted the tailbone and dropped the belly. So we're thinking cow pose for our descent here. So you'll begin to lift the tailbone high. And then as we exhale, we're gonna bend into the elbows to bring the chest and the chin down towards the mat. From here, zip your elbows in towards your ribs. And on your inhale, we're gonna press into the palms, slide forward onto the belly, untuck the toes, and take cobra from here. Shoulders up, back, and down, elbows moving in towards the ribs. As we exhale, tuck the toes, press the hips back, child's pose, downward dog. Now this is your practice, and you're more than welcome to take any variation, but this morning, really focusing on opening the heart, the Ashtanga Namaskar just allows us to embody that little bit of a back bend as we move through our practice. On your inhale, look forward, soften your knees and step or hop to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, lift halfway, straight spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise, sweep them to the sky, lift your gaze to follow your fingers. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release the palms. Inhale, arms rise. Feeling that Ujjayi breath move through the body. Exhale through the nose as we fold forward, belly to thighs. Inhale, lift halfway, hands to shins. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. Inhale, step back to plank, knees down. Exhale, lift that tailbone as we lower chest and chin. Inhale, slide forward, cobra, elbows moving into the ribs. Exhale, press back, child's pose, downward dog. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose, Ujjayi breath, those audible exhales. Pressing into the thumb and the index fingers as we draw shoulders away from the ears and neck. On your next breath in, look forward, soften your knees and step or hop to the top of the mat, forward fold, exhaling. Hands to shins, inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise, sweep your gaze to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release the palms. Again, inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to shins. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. Inhale, step back to plank, knees down. Exhale, chest and chin, tailbone lifts high. Inhale, come forwards onto the belly, cobra. Exhale, hips back, downward dog. Connecting with your Ujjayi breath. Allow the breath to be the main focus of your practice this morning as we move in unison with the breath. Inhale to look forward, soften the knees, step, hop, or float to the top, forward fold, belly to thighs. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise, sweep your fingers to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release your palms. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold, plant your hands. Inhale, step back, plank, knees down. Exhale, lifting tailbone, lowering chest and chin. Inhale to slide forward, cobra, untuck the toes. Exhale, hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg rises. To left heel, lower down as the right leg rises. And on your next exhale, take your right knee into your belly, round your spine, and inhale, step the right foot between the hands. Look back at your left foot and pull your heel down and in. Inhale, arms rise, warrior one. Right shoulder draws back so that it lines up with left shoulder. So we sink into the front knee. In and out through the nose, shoulders down, away from ears. Feel the strength of your legs as you sink into your front right knee. I want you to think about pressing into the outer edge of your back left foot. And then find this energetic sensation that both heels are actually trying to pull together, creating a lift from the center of the body. Big breath in. Exhale, release the hands behind the back and interlace them here. And if interlacing the hands is an issue, reach for a sock or a sweater and place that in between the hands. Big breath in to lift the heart. Think about extending the arms away from the legs. And as we exhale, fold forward. Right shoulder to the inside of the right knee with the knuckles lifted. Finding your breath. In and out through the nose. Ujjayi. Now on our next breath in, let's rise all the way, sweeping the arms to the sky. Exhale to fold, plant the hands. Inhale, step back to plank, knees down. Exhale, chest and chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, sweep your left leg to the sky. And as you exhale, left knee to the belly, around the spine, step forward. Pulling the back heel down and in. Inhale, arms rise, warrior one. So again, feeling your left shoulder slide back. The shoulders like to open here to mirror the torso and the hips. But we'll draw the left shoulder back so that the shoulders are in alignment with the top of the mat. Sink into your front left knee. Press into the outer edge of your back right foot. And feel that sensation as though the heels are trying to move together and thus activating your pelvic floor or mula bandha, the inner muscles of the thighs, the adductor muscles that stabilize the hips. And on your exhale, release the hands behind you, interlace the hands, maybe the opposite way from last time, seeing if you can lift the hands away from touching the back of the body. Inhale, extend the arms, lift the heart. Exhale to fold, left shoulder to the inside of left knee as knuckles rise. Sink into your left leg. Breathe into the strength of the body. Very slowly on your next inhale, begin to rise, releasing the hands up to the sky. And exhaling to fold, plant your hands down. Inhale, step back, plank, knees down. Exhale, chest and chin. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Reconnecting to that ujjayi breath. Rooting down into the thumb and the index fingers as hips lift high, shifting back towards the heels. Where the mind goes, the energy follows. And so let's rest the awareness of the mind on the breath. Allowing our minds to help us build our prana, our energy stores, instead of deplete them with thoughts that wander to the past or the future. On your next breath in, look forward, soften your knees and step, hop, or float to the top of your mat, forward fold, belly to thighs. Hands to shins, inhale, lift, halfway, straight spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise, sweep the gaze to follow the fingers. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release the palms. Surya Namaskar B. On the inhale, bend into the knees, sink your hips low and back, sweeping fingertips forwards. Utkatasana, chair pose. Sitting the hips as far back as we can. Find a big breath in. And as we exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale, hands to shins, lifting halfway. Exhaling to fold, plant the hands. Inhale, step back to plank, knees down. Lift the tailbone. Exhale, chest, chin. Inhale, slide forward on the belly, untuck the toes, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Reconnecting to your ujjayi breath. On your next inhale, the right leg rises. Exhale to bring the knee to the belly, around the spine. And inhale to step right foot between the hands, pulling the back heel down and in. Inhale, arms rise, warrior one. Exhale, release the hands behind you. You know where we're going. Inhale, lift the heart, interlacing the fingers. Exhale, folding forward, right shoulder to the inside of right knee. Knuckles rise. Inhale to rise, back up, releasing the hands. Exhale, lift your left heel and shift your left hip forward, arms to the sky. Big breath in here. And as we exhale, bend into your elbows, lift your heart, and lower your back knee. Inhale, arms rise, back knee lifts. Exhale, goddess arms, lower the back knee. Inhale, arms rise, pull your ribs in. Exhale. Now let's hold here with the back knee lowered. For 3, for 2, for 1. And on our next inhale, sweep the arms to the sky, lift the back leg. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. Inhale, step back to plank, knees down, tailbone lifts. Exhale, lower chest and chin. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, hips back, downward facing dog. In and out through the nose. Pressing into the thumb and the index fingers. Your breath is your only effort. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, knee to the belly, round the spine. And inhale to step left foot forward. Pull the back heel down and in on your exhale. Exhale, release the hands behind you, interlacing the fingers. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold. Left shoulder to the inside of left knee, knuckles rise. And inhale, rising all the way up, arms to the sky. Exhale, lift your back heel and slide your left hip back, right hip forward, crescent lunge. Big breath in, reach your arms to the sky, pull your ribs in, and really look for contrast as we move through this next flow. As we inhale, bend into our back knee, lowering the back knee, elbows at goddess, 90 degrees. Exhale, rise. Arms reach high, ribs pull in. Inhale, lower back knee, bend the elbows, lift the heart. Exhale, rise. Inhale to lower. Exhale to rise. Inhale, lower, and let's hold here for 3 breaths. Lifting the heart, squeezing the shoulder blades. And on our next breath in, arms rise, back leg lifts. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. Inhale, plank pose, knees down, tailbone lifts. Exhale, chest and chin, lower. Inhale, cobra, untucking the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Reconnecting to our breath. In and out through the nose. Ujjayi breath. That audible exhale, that slight constriction for the back of the throat. On your next inhale, look forward, soften the knees and step or hop to the top of the mat. Forward fold, belly to thighs. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, sink the hips low, sweep fingers forward. Exhale, hands to heart center, stand tall. Release the palms. Again, inhale, bend the knees, sink the hips back, sweep the fingertips forwards. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lift halfway, straight spine. Exhale, fold, plant your hands. And inhale, step back to plank, knees down. Lift the tailbone. Exhale to lower chest and chin. Inhale, slide forward on the belly, untuck the toes, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Deepening the inhales and lengthening the exhales. Now on our next inhale, sweep your right leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to the belly, round the spine. And inhale to step the foot forward. Back heel down and in as arms rise, warrior one. Breathe in. Exhale, release the hands, interlace them. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold right shoulder to the inside of right knee, knuckles rise. Inhale, arms rise. Release the grip, sweep fingers to the sky. Exhale, lift your back heel, slide right hip back, left hip forward. Inhale, bend your elbows, goddess, lower your back knee. Hold here. Breathing in and out through the nose. Now keeping your back knee down, inhale, sweep the arms to the sky. Let's untuck the back toe. Now if you need to keep it tucked for balance, do so, safety first. But if you can untuck the back foot, think about really pressing the top of the foot down into the mat. Release the arms behind you. We're going to go ahead and find that Kali Mudra from last week. So we interlace all the fingers except for the pointers, which we point towards the heels. Again, if this interlacing is too much, that's where we have a sock or a sweater or a rope or strap. Seeing if hands are interlaced, if we can really bring the palms together to touch. Inhale, lift your gaze, shoulders back and down. And then exhale, sink into your front knee as you reach the fingertips backwards. Hold for 5, for 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the hands forward. Tuck the left toes and inhale, step back to plank, knees down, tailbone lifts. Exhale, chest and chin. Inhale, slide forward, untuck the toes, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Reconnecting to the power of your Ujjayi breath that guides your practice. When you're ready, left leg rises, breathe in. Exhale, knee to the belly, round the spine, and step, hop, or help left foot through. Back heel down and in. Inhale, arms rise. Warrior one. Exhale, release the hands, interlace the fingers. Inhale, lift the heart, extend the arms. Exhale, fold, left shoulder to the inside of left knee as knuckles rise. Inhale, rise up, release the arms, sweep them to the sky. Exhale, lift your back heel, shift left hip back. Inhale, bend the elbows, lower the back knee, lift the heart. Exhale, hold. On our next inhale, sweep the arms to the sky, untuck the back toes, pressing the top of the foot down into the mat. And take hands behind us, looking to interlace them, maybe the opposite way from last time. And if it's available, release those 2 pointer fingers for Kali Mudra. On your inhale, lift your gaze, shoulders back and down. And as you exhale, reach that grip back and up, away from the legs for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last breath in. And exhale, release your grip. Plant your hands, tuck your back toes. Inhale, step back, plank, knees down, tailbone lifts. Exhale, chest and chin. Inhale, slide forward on the belly, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in and out through the nose. Deepening your inhales and lengthening your exhales. Now from here, let's bring the knees all the way down. Keeping toes tucked, let's sit back towards the heels. Now blocks might come in handy here, and you're welcome to use them in any way that you like. But you might take blocks in alignment sort of with the feet. Now from here, we'll start to lift up onto kneeling, taking hands towards the low back. Then loop your shoulders up, back, and down. Already the heart will start to lift. And this might be enough for many of us, just in this position, elbows moving towards one another, heart lifting. If there is a little bit more space in your body to find a greater opening, we'll start to, on the exhale, shift the hips forward and reach the shoulders back. Now this is where the blocks come in handy because it might help to release hands to blocks. In doing so, we want to continue to shift the hips forward and engage the glutes. Perhaps it's available for us to reach for our heels instead, while continuing to shift those hips forward. Think about Jalandhara Bandha here, so your chin is moving towards your chest, gaze is just to the place where the wall meets the ceiling, and your breath is full and powerful, moving through Ujjayi with every exhale. Now, wherever you have placed your hands, release them back up to the low back now. And start to rise on your inhale to a straight spine, sitting down the hips to the heels, palms to the thighs. And let's just allow a few breaths here with a neutral spine. Noticing how even breath can start to open and expand the body. Maintaining that Ujjayi breath and your awareness fixed on the breath. On your next breath in, rise up to kneeling, taking hands towards the low back. And we always want to protect the low back. That's why engaging through the glutes and shifting hips forward is such an important part of Ustrasana. Shoulders up, back, and down. Chin gently pulls in towards the chest. Inhale to lengthen your spine, and exhale to gently press the hips forward as the shoulders reach back, shifting your gaze to where the wall meets the ceiling and deciding if it makes sense for the body this morning to release the hands down to blocks or heels as we continue to shift the hips forward. In and out through the nose. Now we're going to take 3 lion's breaths from wherever we are. Lion's breath is an exhale where we open the jaw as wide as we can, sticking the tongue down to the chin. It's like a lion's roar. So as you're ready, breathe in through the nose. Exhale, lion's breath. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, breathe in. Exhale. Beautiful. Taking hands back up to the low back if you have lowered them, and starting to rise on your next inhale all the way up, sitting your hips down towards your heels, placing your palms on your thighs, and allowing your spine just to neutralize gently here. Breathing deeply, and just notice all the sensation that's now available in your spine and your low back. And be gentle with yourself. Now from here, let's look forward. We'll place the hands down. And we're going to lift the hips and step feet to the wide edges of the mat so that we can sink heels, or hips down rather, towards the heels in Malasana, palms together to touch. Now, you're always welcome to bring your sit bones down to a block in your Malasana. But if we are settled here, the heels don't always come all the way to the mat. Maybe over time and practice they might. But I want you instead to focus on pressing the elbows to the inside of the legs as we draw the palms together at the heart center, thumbs to sternum. And then just hold this balance, seeing if you can shift forward slightly. And really keep your heart open, your shoulders expansive, your collarbone broad. Now we'll begin to release the right fingertips down towards the earth. We want to make sure that the right elbow or tricep is inside of the right knee. From here, inhale, left arm up to the sky, opening the heart towards the left. Now, if the bind is in your practice, you've got a few options. You might take a bend to the left elbow, placing the back of the hand at the low back and really focusing on drawing left shoulder up and open. If there's space, we might bend into the right elbow, hooking the knee and bringing the fingers together behind the right hip for the bind. Either way, it's irrelevant. We don't want to lose our posture by dumping the left shoulder down. So make sure that you're opening your heart to the left. Breathing in and out through the nose. Ujjayi breath. Last big breath in. And wherever you are, begin to return to center. Hands in Anjali Mudra, prayer pose, right at the heart center. Inhale to lengthen your spine. And exhale, left fingertips to the left side, really hooking that left knee. Opening right arm out towards the right side. So again, just looking to open that heart towards the right. Again, if we're playing with finding the bind, we'll bend into the right elbow, taking the back of the hand to the low back or to the left hip. And if it makes sense to bend into the left elbow, hooking that left knee open, maybe fingertips find each other outside the left hip. Making sure, regardless of where we are, that the right shoulder is continuing to open and the heart expands to the right side. Finding your Ujjayi breath. Last two breaths wherever you found yourself. And as you exhale, returning back to center, hands at the heart. Big breath in here. And then looking down, place your fingertips down, shift your weight to your fingertips as you begin to straighten through the legs, folding over top. Belly to thighs, grab a hold of opposite elbows here and really allow your head, neck, and shoulders to hang heavy. Now let's close off our sun salute by bringing hands to the shins on the inhale, lengthen halfway, straight spine, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold belly to thighs. Inhale, bend the knees, sink the hips low, sweep fingertips forwards. Exhale, hands to heart center, stand tall. From here, take yourself somewhere into the middle of your mat. We're going to use the left leg to balance. So lifting and spreading the left toes so that the foot is nice and wide. We want to think about pressing into all corners of our feet. Bring the hands at the hips, shoulders up, back, and down. And then bend into the right knee, taking heel to glute, reaching right hand to grab a hold of the right foot or ankle. Find your breath. Depending on your own spine, your own sense of balance, This might be as far as we go, and the idea is really to draw that right shoulder back and lift through the sternum or the right heart. If you're looking for a little bit more, extend your left arm to the sky. Maybe taking Jana Mudra, thumb and index finger together. And as we exhale, we'll slowly begin to simultaneously kick right foot into right hand while reaching left hand forwards. The left hand balances the outstretched right leg. And the gaze is fixed on a drishti, something unmoving, unwavering. And your breath is still moving in and out of the body. Deepening your inhales and lengthening your ujjayi exhales. Last 5 breaths. And with your exhale, very, very slowly start to return to center, releasing that right foot and maybe rolling out through the left ankle. When you're ready, we'll switch sides. So lifting and spreading, the sole of the right foot, toes lift and spread nice and wide, softening enough in the right knee. We never want to lock the joint when we're balancing. Hands to the hips. Slowly begin to bend into the left knee, taking weight onto the right foot. Left hand grabbing a hold of left ankle or foot. And again, this might be where we stay focusing on drawing left shoulder back and lifting sternum forward. If we're looking for a little bit more, arms rise, right arm rises. Maybe thumb and index finger find each other. And very slowly, simultaneously kicking left foot into left hand and reaching right arm forward. Again, finding that push-pull that keeps us balanced. And looking for your drishti, your unwavering focal point. Allowing the breath to move through you, in and out through the nose. Ujjayi breath, last 5 breaths. On your exhale, slowly starting to rise, releasing that left foot, and maybe rolling out through the right ankle. We'll step to the top of the mat for one final flow, releasing the palms. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold forward, belly to thighs. Inhale, lift halfway, straight spine. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. Inhale, step back, plank, knees down, tailbone lifts. Exhale, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra, slide forward on the belly. Exhale, child's pose. Untucking the toes and bringing the knees close together so that the whole spine can gently round over the legs. Maybe even walking hands back. Turning the palms to the sky and allowing the shoulders to sink heavily down towards the mat. Feel your breath move through you. Notice how the inhales create expansion in space. The exhales allow the body to get dense and heavy. Keeping your mind fixed on your breath. Very, very slowly starting to rise all the way up to seated. And we'll go ahead and just extend our legs forwards. Shifting so that we have enough space behind us and in front of us. And we'll come all the way down to the back, taking a block with you as you go. Lowering slowly, bone by bone by bone.
Once you arrive on the back, I want you to walk your feet nice and close to your hips so that you can tickle your heels with your fingertips. And then lift your right shoulder and tuck it under the back. Lift your left shoulder and tuck it under that, as if you were creating a little tunnel for your spinal column. Now the block is here as an option. As we inhale, press into your triceps, your forearms, your palms, and lift your hips high. And if you're looking for a little bit more of a gentle restorative finish to your practice, take your block and place it under your hips at the most appropriate height, and then just allow your hips to rest heavily on the block here, allowing for a really passive back bend. If you're looking for a little bit more activity, you'll continue to lift the hips high independent of the block, pressing the palms down and really utilizing the arms to get the hips a little higher. You might even interlace the hands underneath the back, pressing the pinky edge down, and using the arms as leverage to lift the hips. Breathing in and out through the nose. Now, if you are not resting on a block, take a moment to come all the way down, starting from the upper spine, bone by bone by bone. If you are resting on the block, allow yourself to rest a little longer. Finding a breath here. Resist the urge to pull the knees into the belly to round out the spine. Just allow the spine to recalibrate from neutral. Now, if full wheel is in your practice, please feel free to take that as your next variation. Hands come behind the shoulders, beside the ears. If wheel is not in your practice, I don't recommend trying it today. And so again, we'll go ahead and lift and tuck those shoulders underneath the back, pressing into strong arms in order to lift the hips high. Breathing in and out through the nose. And again, maybe interlacing the hands under the back. Wherever you find yourself in this variation of back bend, you can always lift your heels. And lifting your heels is going to alleviate some of the sensation for the low back. So even if you're resting on a block, you can try lifting the heels. Last few breaths. And very, very slowly lowering from upper spine down. If you're resting on a block, lift your hips, remove the block, and come down from your upper spine first. So the last thing to lower is going to be your hips and sacrum. And then we'll take the feet nice and wide and allow the knees to drop from left to right. Just windshield wiper motions for the legs. And then when you're ready, knees to the belly for a nice big hug. Notice the sensation in the spine as you gently rock side to side. You might even find some form of an inversion to close your practice, which can quite simply be happy baby, with legs inverted above the heart. And if shoulder stand is in your practice, now can be a wonderful time to take shoulder stand and follow it by plow, which will help to really recalibrate the spine. Whatever you find for yourself, allow for about 30 seconds of breath or 30 rounds of breath. Again, keeping your mind's eye fixed on the quality of your breath, you can start to lose the ujjayi here. Just breathe deeply and fully. When you have finished your 30 breaths, We'll start to make our way into Shavasana, extending the legs long, the arms wide. And grabbing anything that we might need for comfort here, socks, sweater, blanket, bolster. Settling into our final resting pose. And this might feel like a good time to resume your normal thinking, but I invite you to still bring your awareness to the soft, gentle stillness of your ever expanding breath. Finding a deep breath in through the nose. Sigh it out through the mouth. Allow your body to rest in stillness. Very slowly, starting to bring your awareness back to your body. Deepening your restful breath in, lengthening the exhale. Starting to invite some small movement into fingers and toes, into wrists and ankles. And taking our time to start to bring the body up to seated, where we'll meet just in Sukhasana, easy seated pose, maybe with an elevated seat so that the spine stacks. We're going to close our practice, very short breath awareness meditation, followed by Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And if you know the chant, you can sing it along with me. Otherwise, you might just repeat it silently to yourself, but it's this offering of peace, not only to ourselves, but to those in our lives and to the entire world at large, all sentient beings. So when you're ready, lengthen your spine, remove any extra flesh from the sit bones. Lift your shoulders up, back, and down. And close your eyes, fixing your gaze just between the eyebrows. You might even imagine a candle flame taking the space between the brows. And then fixing your awareness on the inhale and the exhale. And to hold your awareness here, you might repeat silently in your mind's eye, breathing in as you inhale, and breathing out as you exhale. Let's begin.
Releasing your awareness on the breath. And finding Anjali Mudra, hands together at heart center, lifting the heart into the hands, keeping the eyes closed, softening the jaw. Let's breathe in to clear the breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathe in for Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you so much for joining this morning and for carving out this time just for you to create space, first in the mind, but also in the body. And I hope this space stays with you for the rest of the weekend and into next week. Thank you so much for joining.